Hey everybody, this is Sherry Denny, and I want to welcome you to another one of our Monday, I almost said Tuesday night trainings, Monday night trainings with APLGO with our team Visionaries. And I'm going to go ahead and jump right into this. I've got a screen share. You know what? I need to do that too. Oh my gosh, you guys have got to see all this really cool stuff that came up. Screen share, and it is this one over here. So thumbs up if you guys can see the screen share. Looks to me like you can. Yeah, all righty. So hello and welcome to Team Visionaries. Once again, you guys know who I am. I'm Sherry Denny, Corporate Director with APLGO, and we've had some pretty cool things happen just this past week, and I want to keep this momentum going because things are finally all back into place. Woo! Who's been ready for that? Everybody. And the warehouse is full. Pay quicker is paying. I mean, things are starting to run like a what do they call that? A smooth greased engine or whatever it is. The cogs in the wheel are moving, and I'm real happy about that because I know it's been a little bit slow, but now's the time to really get moving again. So we have some new brags and wins and testimonials. And I want to get started right out the gate with our new Diamond Club member, Michelle Shower. She's on here with us right now. Michelle, do you want to unmute and you want to tell how that happened or that you're excited that you're there? It was really interesting how it happened.
Well, I placed an order and I didn't talk to Sherry first. And I guess it would have pushed me up to Diamond. And so Sherry called me right away and said, hey, we need to fix this. So because of Sherry, somehow it got worked out and I became a Diamond.
And I am so thankful that I look at my back office about 5 to 10 times a day. It just depends on everything that's going on. But I saw that email come in and I thought, whoa, wait a minute here, because that looked like just the commission on it gave me a heads up that that was a pretty good size order. And she's so close to Diamond anyway that we made a call and made that happen. So I'm so excited for you, Michelle, because now that you're in the Diamond Club, you're going to understand what a huge difference 30% is versus 10%, and 10% on all your levels right now instead of the 3, 5, 6, 7, 10. So anyway, we will go into that later as well. And I want to show you this.
Hi, my name's Clee Miller. I'm in the Diamond Club with APLGO, and I just want to share some experiences with some of the products of this great company. About 2 years ago, I had an accident and broke my shoulder. And after a surgery, the doctors took me off the opioids. And right at that time, I was introduced to SLD, STP, and RLX. And with those 3 products, I was able to sleep through the night without any pain and got instant relief. It was amazing. And then on top of that, I have high blood pressure, and because I was taking HRT for my blood pressure dropped about 40 points.
Now you tell me, is that cool or what? And I think we've got Clee on here right now as well. And Clee has another testimonial. He's got a win to talk about. Clee, you want to go ahead?
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me all right?
We can hear you right. We can even see your cat.
Okay. Yeah. About, let's see, not last weekend, but the weekend before, Bowling Green Chamber had their first big event where all the local businesses got together at the fairgrounds. And I shared a table with a friend of mine who has a unique way of working pain issues out with his clients, sort of like a chiropractor, but way different. So we thought it was a good partnership. And so I talked with a number of people, and the guy next to us, he just had some heart surgery. So I offered him some HRT to, help with that. And then another lady that I met, I went around and talked to all the all the people, the businesses at the program. And I ran into another lady, her son is severely ADHD, or however you say it. But so I gave her some brain, and hopefully that'll help him. Maybe I can send her some relax as well. And then I also got brave enough to go talk to the firemen and told them about STP, and he came back over the table and got the cards to find out what's in it and everything. So yeah, so I got a number of people to follow up with, and I gave out samples. So it was a long day, but pretty fun.
Clee,
And I'll get to do it again
congratulations.
next month.
Oh, wonderful. Clee, congratulations. That's a huge win.
Yeah.
It's been so hard with everything else that's been going on for the last few years. I can't believe we used to say just 1 year, then 2 years. That's a few. But we're getting back out, and people are loving getting back out into the public. And it's just a matter of us getting out there and sharing what we have. And I'm going to show you a way that you can do that a little bit easier. But here's another testimonial, you guys. This just happened this morning. Hi, this is Sherry Denny. I'm a corporate director with APLGO, and I have an incredible testimony about our Americano coffee. You see, I'm an avid coffee drinker, and I have 1 to 2 cups in the morning. It's always organic. It's always fresh ground beans and with a little bit of cream in it. And I decided to use our Americano coffee, and it's so smooth. Well, I ran out, and I went back to my old coffee, and oh my gosh, I don't want to have any of that ever again. I can't believe how bitter it actually tasted to me. And there's no way I could have drank it without cream. So the Americano coffee that we have comes in individual packets, and I love the fact that it is so smooth. I don't have to put anything in it, just mix it up, and I can take it with me anywhere. I love this new coffee. Truth be told, you guys, when I had a sip of my regular old coffee, I thought, was this cup dirty? I mean, I know it wasn't. It came right out of the cupboard, but it was not good. And I think it's because, well, if anybody knows anything about coffee, and you've been listening to what Ruth has to say about coffee lately, there's so many chemicals that are in our coffee, whether we know it or not, because of the way it's processed, and even organic coffee. But I'm buying, completely, as I thought, organic. And yeah, it comes from Costco. Sometimes I get it from Three Bears up here, but it says organic on the label. So I'm thinking I'm getting the best, but now I know I'm getting the best with our Americano coffee. And it's, I'm using 2 packets a day. I don't have to, but I like my 2 cups right when I get up, and then a little bit later in the morning. So anyway, we are just waiting for your testimonial so we can put that in here as well. And you ought to see how easy this was. I have people send me a voice message over Facebook Messenger, and I went to YouTube and I figured out how to download that onto my computer and put it into Canva. You guys, I'll teach anybody that wants to know how to do that. But if you can just send me a voice message and on Facebook Messenger, and it really only allows you to make a voice message that's a minute long anyway. I mean, you can make another one, then another one, another one, but those were pretty good timing right there, and you're able to say everything. Clee, you did an absolutely incredible job on that. So thank you so much for that. So we do have a current promotion that Michelle got an insider view on and was able to use it yesterday, and that is our March Madness. So here's how this works. It's for enrollments and upgrades only. So you cannot use this by placing an activity order. And that's where we caught that with Michelle yesterday. That was so cool. So right there, it says not valid on any activity orders. So if you know of anybody that wants to enroll or upgrade to a diamond, they're going to get 500 off. And that's exactly what Michelle did, was she went from VIP up to diamond and got 100 off on that. So enroll up to a VIP and you'll receive 300 off. Enroll or upgrade to mentor, that's the 600 level, and they'll receive 100 off. And that's only good for 4 days. Thank goodness we were able to take advantage of it yesterday. And you guys, you know, if something like this ever happens to anybody else, you know darn well I'm going to be on support, and I'm going to be calling and asking for assistance on that, because I knew this was going to happen today. She beat me to the trigger though on that one. So, and we're still waiting for Sergey to give his okay, make sure that it's accepted on the metabolic startup kit. We've got it ready to go. In fact, we've got all of the advertising ready for it, all the slides. We just have to make sure that he accepts it as another $400 package. In fact, I say take one out and put this one in. And I went ahead and put these pages up here that, you know, I've already put these on our Facebook Messenger, and I believe in our team page on our files, where you can use the metabolic reset and just keep track of all of this. And I know a couple people that are already doing that. Yes, I'm still doing the launch into relaunching your business. Earn $100 every time you get 4 people together on a Zoom that I will do for you. You just got to bring them together. This is how good this is working, you guys. We had one, I can't even remember what day it was now. I can't remember if it's Thursday or Friday, but there were a few people that they're on another team, but they had 4 people that had other people come in, and they wound up having 26 people on that Zoom, lots of people registering, because they get this whole thing. They get that it is the only company in the world that has these negative ions in a lozenge that tastes like candy. It's the #1 voted compensation plan, which we're doing that. We're in that process again this year. But they know, they get it. So there's more and more people wanting to get on these launch Zooms. And I'd really love to have anybody else participate in those. So how about some ideas on some training and some results? Get a little sip of water there. I just kind of mentioned the results that they had on a one of those launch parties, but I know I showed you this slide last week, but this slide is so good on how to attract and engage with new prospects. And it's all about attracting more interested people to your team. And we want to make sure that you have the information in order to be able to do as much as you possibly can without going on Facebook, social media. Let's just get the whole gamut there, and not having to spam anybody, or yeah, it's a numbers game. But you guys, who these days anymore, who wants to be hit up in Facebook Messenger? Hey, are you open to blah, 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 blah? Nobody. They all get that. They know what that's all about now, and they shut you down or they block you. So that isn't what we want to do. This is easier by attracting with curiosity. And yes, I'm being mentored and taking this incredible course on this, but they won't allow me to share any of their visuals. So I made my own. And these things attract curiosity. So check this one out. Are you ready for spring? Oh, it's trying to bring up the videos on that. You can't see it, I can. But at the bottom of this, there were some tulips that are actually coming up. And it's, you know, are you ready for spring? And if just putting that post out there alone does get people's attention. And they'll either, what is the thing I want to say? They'll either comment on it or they'll react to it. And even the people that react to it, I'm getting back to them and saying, thank you so much for the heart that you showed on my story or post or whatever it was, getting back to them, because that will somehow or another, some people will start a conversation with you. So sad you can't see the tulips that came up on this. Anyway, here's another one. Are you tired of being on your phone or your laptop all day? There's a lot of people that are in a working position where they're on their phone or their laptop all day, and this is a good way to bring them into possibility of the business side of this. It's another curiosity thing. I love this one. I'm going to put this out tomorrow. Punch today in the face. And just the look on that guy's face. And here's another one too. Just has to be the right time, the right moment, the right person looking at this. Or without punching somebody in the face, it could be something as simple as this: punch today in the face. And I don't know, I hope that those were helpful for you. So just so you know, this is going to be a process to capture their attention, ask the questions, listen with intention, and especially if you're not able to take notes and you're there with you're talking to them, one-on-one, belly to belly, you don't really want to sit there and take notes unless you've actually sat down like my granddaughter did and asked a guy if it was possible she interviews him. And I thought that was such an interesting conversation that she pulled off with this guy. It was amazing. Found out he's a multimillionaire running a company, and she was asking him the right questions for her purpose in order to get in touch with him again. And I just thought that was really genius of her. She's only 17. I thought that was great. The thing is that you build that trust and likability. Gosh, I hope I spelled likability right on there. You're building that trust with somebody so that they want to stay connected with you. Here are the 2 pages that I put up there. We had these to attract and engage with new prospects. It's all the questions that you want to ask right away. And, especially if you can sit down like an interview and ask the questions and write some answers down. But these are the things that you're going to follow up with them later on, especially if you ask the books that they're reading. People love, if they're book readers, they're also really good at networking. So there's so many of these questions here that relate back to that. And again, this is easy when you're on the phone, but it's not so easy when you're face to face. But if do ask them questions and say, hey, is it kind of like, can I kind of do this like an interview with you? Because I really want to know more about what you're doing after you've intentionally listened to them and that they could be a real good possibility for what you have to show them. And people love to get interviewed. Don't think they don't. So I know this was really short here, but next week I'm going to do more on attracting with curiosity and doing follow-up techniques. And that's that for today. But I do want to go back here. I have I want to go way back here. And let's see if I can find it now. And ask if there's anybody else on here that has any. I can't believe I brushed right over this, you guys. Was there anybody else on here that has a brag or a win for the week, whether it was just reading a book or handing out some product or being on a Zoom? Anybody else want to bring anything up? Randy, Kelly, John, anybody? Shame on me, right? Okay, nobody's gonna unmute. Can you unmute? I hope you can. Clea, are you able to unmute? If you are, then I know everybody else is too.
Yeah.
You are. Okay. All right. Well, apparently nobody has any brags or wins to talk about. So I'm going to stop doing the screen share here. And actually, I guess I can go ahead and stop the recording too.